Welcome back. Today we've got something a little bit different because I got sent this here box by Steamforged Games. It's the upcoming two-player starter set for Warmachine, Frozen and Forgotten. And I got to take all the miniatures out and have a little mess around with them and take a hefty look, which is what we're going to do in this video right here. Before we get into it, this video is sponsored not by Steamforged Games, but by Warmag. And you'll see exactly why a little bit later. But for now, let's open this box and see what's inside. This is the box. That's very bright and shiny. I should take the wrapping off before we do this, shouldn't I? That's a bit better. Only a little bit. That's a very bright light. But presentation-wise, it looks great. I really like this diorama setup they've got on the back, showing the two warbands going against each other. That's a nice touch. It makes it look exciting. As you'd expect, there's a full list of contents for each of the opposing sides, which is good. And it specifies them both being 30-point command cadres. Cadres? I don't know how to pronounce that. And again, just to reinforce, this is plastic, not resin. Right, let's open up and see what we've got inside. So it looks like we've got one bag with the Dusk Hunt miniatures, and then we've got, I'm guessing, yep, another bag with the Oggoth Graveborn as well. Additionally, a pack of bases, and we've got, I'm assuming, either instructions or a link to instructions. So there aren't assembly instructions in the box, so to speak. Instead, you scan the QR code, and that'll let you know how to put everything together. So the QR code is a general one that will just send you to the URL underneath it. Right now, it doesn't have the instructions for this starter set, but then this starter set is not actually out just yet. It's currently up for pre-order, but it won't be out until the 14th of November. I guess it's time to get building, isn't it? Now, while I'm sure there is some market for unedited, hours-long footage of someone putting together plastic miniatures, that might be a bit much for this video. I decided to start with Lanissa, so that's what we're seeing here. These are super easy to put together, and I think they've been laid out and designed really, really well. You've got a letter, then you've got a number, 1 to X, X being the last part of the model, and you just follow them through in sequence. So if it's L1, you get L1, then you get L2, then you put them together, and then you attach them to L3, and so on and so forth. Any sort of socket or joint is coded so that you can't put the wrong part in. If you have any experience putting together miniatures, then even without instructions, you would be able to just blast through these. They were borderline painless. I accidentally skipped a sword at one point, but that's not the fault of the models, that's all me. Now, before we get stuck into the assembled miniatures, this video is sponsored by Warmag and their new Warmachine base sheets. That's right, Warmag and Warmachine have partnered together to produce base sheets for your Warmachine armies, like this one, or this one, or this one. Now, if you're not sure how Warmag works, it's easy. You take your miniature, you take your specially designed magnets that fit inside the rim of the base, you place the magnet within the base, and then you take your really useful box into which you've put a Warmag base sheet, and then you simply take your lad or lass and place them in, and then shake them about, because you can. It never gets old doing this. And the best thing is, I know someone is sitting there going, please stop. I won't stop, I don't need to. Follow the link in the description and the pinned comment to check out Warmag, and especially take a look at the Warmag X Warmachine base sheets. They are fantastic. If you use the code Kirioth at checkout, you will get 15% off your order. That voucher is still active for a little while, so get in whilst you can. Thank you very much to Warmag for sponsoring this video. Now let's check out some miniatures, shall we? Alright, let's take a closer look at these. Let's start out with the Oggoth Graveborn, since they're the ones on the little tableau I've set up here. We'll go for them. So this is the Oggoth Graveborn Command Cadre. I think I'm saying that right. I always struggle with that word for some reason, like all of the others. We'll start out with Anathia, the Imperishable Desolation, which is quite the title and also very hard to say, if you're me anyway. I really like this miniature. It's really, really fun. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. I like the pose on the hand that's reaching out. That's something that I feel like, generally speaking, there's a lot of pointing when it comes to casters. A lot of one finger or two finger pointing, or a bit of beckoning. This is neither, and I think it works super well. Looks very, very threatening, this. The whip looks fantastic. The way that these miniatures went together, honestly, is just so nice. There's a few visible joins here and there, but, I mean, by and large, especially around the smaller details, everything just goes together pretty seamlessly. I mean, that arm there, that is 2 parts. You wouldn't know. You just would not be able to tell unless I pointed it out. And there's a few sections on a lot of these that it's exactly like that, where, frankly, it looks like it was one piece, but it wasn't. Very, very well designed, very well engineered. We've also got these chunky boys, the Revenant Champion and the Barrow Ghoul, and I mean, I love these. I absolutely love them. So like squat and stocky, but still, I don't know, still threatening, still real threatening. I do like the broken sword as well here. That looks really, really nice. The axe is hilariously oversized, but I mean, for my money, I quite like an oversized weapon. Don't take that out of context. It just looks great. Again, all the detail super sharp, super crisp. Very, very like unique stylistically, I feel like. There is a lot of very distinct design stuff on these Warmachine miniatures, which I absolutely love. They are different to anything else I've got in a positive way. It feels like there's something properly unique about them, you know? We've got the big lad here as well. I really like the design of this. Just a mass of skulls and skeletons and, you know, just general other people's bones forced into, I'm assuming, reanimation in order to fight. It looks really fun. I also like the fact that the hands, even the fingers, are made of different bones. Just a very cool touch. Really nice. Also, the way the chains attached to this was super fun, super easy. They literally just snapped into place. Mind you, pretty much everything on these just snaps into place. They are very well designed. We've also got the Charnel Hound, one of 3 good boys in this box. He is very good. I mean, technically, does he count as 2 boys because he's got 2 heads? Either way. Again, things like the bandages wrapping round the body as though it's keeping it together. All these little armor segments and stuff. Super nice. Super fun. I really like the head design as well. The kind of helmets that are over the skull heads. It's just a nice touch all round, really. We also have the Execrators, and I've got a confession to make. We'll get this over and done with straight off the bat. He was supposed to have a sword as well as more spears, but I missed it. I just missed it out. He's got a gap there. There's supposed to be a sword sticking out. That's entirely my fault. I had a momentary lapse in concentration, and as such, he is technically incomplete. To be fair, from the front you can't tell. From that side, you also can't tell. It's only really if you stare and try and look down the gap that exists. That's the only time you're going to notice. But I'm still annoyed at myself. I'm still annoyed that I put them all together and then realised that there was a single sword left on the sprue. No one to blame but me, sadly. I really like the design of these guys. They're very, very fun. The quivers for the... would it be a quiver for spears? Sure. The large quivers for the spears. Those having that kind of sort of demon grin on them is very, very cool. I like the way they've done the cloth. The cloth looks great. The sword designs are nice and fun. Very chipped and damaged, which I really, really like. And the fact you've got that kind of face in the breastplate as well. Just lots of nice little details. Lots of fun details. And the last lad here has got a full hole straight through the eye socket out the back of the helmet. That is such a fun detail. When I noticed that, I was so happy. I love that. That's a kind of, they've really thought about this moment, which is great. I do like that although the loadout is the same for each of these, you do have distinct poses. You can easily keep track of which one is which. Okay, on to Dusk Final Hunt. Who do we start with? Do we start with the Nissa or Silena? Which one do we go for? Let's go for Silena. I really like this sculpt. I really, really like it. The bow looks really cool. I love the notched arrow. In fact, I feel like this is a good point to do a little bit of comparison when it comes to details. Now, this isn't a one-to-one because the plastic colours are different, which will have a bit of an effect as to how they show up on camera. But I have here also a Archon Studios miniature. The scale is obviously different, but you can kind of get a feel for the detail on both. And, I mean, you know, these new Warmachine miniatures, they just hold up super, super well. They look great. Easily on par. And then we also have the elf from Cursed City, which I still haven't painted, let's not talk about that. And again, the style might be different. Like, stylistically, there might be some differences here. But I think overall, design-wise, just quality of, like, the cast-wise, on par. They both look great, but I really, really love the pose on this. She looks fantastic. Also, she's got a massive sword. Don't think you're out of harm's way just because you managed to run up on Silena. It's not going to go well for you. There's also a gigantic sword to go with the bow, so I really like the hair as well. The way the hair has been done is really nice. And again, there are plenty of joins on this, and they are pretty much all just invisible. The way that they've kind of laid these out and the way they go together is really, really good. Okay, let's move on to Lanissa. Such a good pose. I love the cloak. The cloak is fantastic. The hair is extremely extra. Very, very extra. Love that. Although I'm just now noticing that I think I did the hair wrong. How did I manage to do that? Oh, that's annoying. There's a visible join there that I did not notice when I was first doing it. Again, I think that might be me. The cloak looks great. The sword is so good. I really like the armour as well. The armour on these is very nice. The styling's really good. It looks light, but still quite chunky at the same time. Oh, really like them. Really like them. There's also two war beasts, Benki and Sasha. I absolutely love these. They look so good. The faces are excellent. Threatening, but still a tiny bit cute. Just a little bit. Well, sort of. I mean, they're very spiky and saber-toothy. The way the armour hangs on is really nice as well. Little bits of cloth on either side. There are distinctions as well. It's not the same thing on both. There's a little bit of personalisation going on, a bit of customisation. Really, really like these models. Again, went together super well as well. And alongside those, we've got The Last Watch. And this guy in particular, what an absolute, like, look at the aura of that guy. The pose is great. Super wide stance, sword out. Oh, it's just so cool. I love it. The cloak billowing. That is someone who has made an entrance, you know? I really like the design of the armour. You've got the kind of scale mail down the front, cloth over that, but then you've got like some more solid armour over the top of that. Kind of multi-layered look is very fun. And the feathered mantle that is kind of standard across these models, it's great. It's a really nice kind of unifying design point for these. So you can see with her exactly the same thing. You've got that similar clasp, the bit of chain, the feathers over the shoulders. Obviously the swords have got similar designs, but I really like that they do have that part of the uniform. There might be some like personalization going on in terms of the rest of it. So there's that decoration over the scale on this one, but there is a like unifying element in the form of the cloak with the feathered mantle, and I really like that a lot. And then finally, extremely stoic, extremely extremely serious, dour even, but we do have that same kind of feather motif, slightly different decoration across the armor. Oh, really good. Just really nice miniatures all around these. Design-wise, they look fantastic. Quality-wise, they're really good. And very, very easy to build. Very easy to build. Now, if you've got access to a spinny plinth, you can't build miniatures as nice as these and not stick them on there for some nice glamour shots, right? You've got to do it. You've absolutely got to do it. And I actually really enjoyed watching this footage back, purely because I really like this box. I like both of the cadres that are in it. I think the balance between the two different model styles is really nice. You've got something, you know, blatantly, clearly undead based. You've got something that is quite chunky, quite hefty, but then the other side is a lot more lithe, a lot more swift looking. There are two distinct personalities, but the style of the miniatures overall draw them together in a way that's really satisfying. I've said it I don't know how many times during the course of this video how easy these models were to build, but I feel like I can't reinforce that enough. I would happily sit down and build this box again because of how easy it was. And it makes me super excited to see what else they do in plastic in the future. See, I've got quite a few boxes of Crick's Necrofactorum that I need to assemble. Those are all 3D printed, but this box, with these two cadres being plastic, this feels like a very nice way to get into this game. And in fact, as soon as I got this box, I'm really sorry and I hope this is okay. I immediately messaged a friend of mine and said, look what I got. And the response straight away was, oh, that's plastic? That's awesome. When are we going to play? Like, there's a level of excitement from something that is different to the norm, from something that feels like it's reaching out to new players. It feels like this has that. I mean, really, this was just step one. This was just getting the box, seeing what was inside, putting everything together, and then seeing how I felt about the whole thing. Now, stage 2 is painting it all up and actually using it for what it's made for, which is having your first games of Warmachine. And I'm really excited to do that. I'm excited to do that in a way that I haven't been excited to try a new game in a little while, and frankly, that's kind of an achievement. So there you go, the contents of Frozen and Forgotten, the upcoming Warmachine 2-player starter set. I'm absolutely loving the miniatures. They are fantastic. I cannot wait to paint them and to actually try the game out proper. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will, of course, record all of it and let you know how it goes. Thank you again to Steamforged Games for sending the box out for me to take a look at. And, of course, thank you very much to Warmag for sponsoring this video. Do check them out using the link in the description and in the pinned comment below. And grab yourself a Warmachine base sheet. Remember to use Kiriath at checkout for 15% off. That voucher is still running for a little bit longer. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled for more Warmachine content in the future. Let me know what you thought of those miniatures and of the box in the comments down below, and I will see you for the next one.